in the waiting room, so we decided to go live a few minutes early. Thank you for joining us. Amber, it's Veterans Day.
I know.
I am happy about that.
But you ran into a parade this morning too, and I would have totally been there if I would have known about it.
I did run into a parade. So on my way here, I unfortunately crossed over the Veterans Day parade, and I was not prepared for what was to come.
Oh,
so
it was big though?
No, they were just getting set up, but it looks like it's going to be good. So just in case you didn't know, Las Vegas does have parades. We do have things that happen here. We're very happy about the fact that we honor our veterans and our servicemen and women. So that's a big part of what we do.
We do show a lot of love to our veterans.
You do too, actually. Yeah. I love that.
I think both of us do, right?
We both do, yeah. So today's live is just going to be mostly a question and answer. Hey there, how are you? Thanks for joining us, Jennifer. She's aloha from Hawaii.
Oh,
so,
aloha.
Yeah, aloha. So we are just going to take your questions and answers. We didn't get to a ton of them last time because our internet cut out. So we thought, let's get back right into it. Last week when we met, we were talking about just that a lot of the numbers were being announced by the feds, and they were talking about the programs and money that they were going to be putting in and out of the economy from a stimulus perspective. So so before we go into all of that and just answering your questions, please be sure to drop your questions in the comments box. I wanted to make note and let you know that I commented on this video. Actually, I'll do it again right now because I don't know if it's there. There's going to be a live video with the Cerrone Group channel in about an hour and a half. They're going to take you through some model home walkthrough. It's going to be exciting. We're doing it for the first time ever.
I love those videos.
I know, I do.
Your team does a great job too at
Thank you.
At the walkthroughs of houses. Yeah, they always make them look amazing.
Well, thank you. So I just put that in the comments box. So click that link and then make sure you set that up for yourself so you can be reminded of that live stream, which is happening in about an hour and a half. But Amber, before we move on, let's just say, I don't know if it's Happy Veterans Day or if it's just Thank You Veterans Day. What would you call this?
I think it's both, right?
Happy Veterans Day. We want to celebrate the veterans.
We are thankful for your service.
Very thankful for your service. Thank you, veterans. But so let's talk about that. You know, I know we talk about the veteran programs a lot, actually, because you guys work with a lot of our veterans in town. I know we do as well. Talk to me about some of the cool benefits that come from that.
So a lot of veterans miss this part too. So when I tell people, especially moving into town, they're like, whoa, you do that? Clark County does really show love to our veterans.
Yes.
They really do. I think more so than other places. I don't do a lot in other places.
Right.
So, but from what they're telling me, they do show a lot of love. So if you're a veteran and you have a disability through VA, you get a discount on your property taxes. So,
and, I mean, we already have amazing property taxes to begin with, but then a discount on top of that.
But then a discount on top of
that. That's like those coupons in your drawer when you go to you go in and you're like, it's already 75% off and another 20%. You know, I love that.
Yes. So you get a discount on that too. And that's the part I work with, but I know you get a discount on like your registration too.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool veteran discounts and things like that throughout the city.
I think Clark County does a good job taking care of our veterans. So
I love that. Well, and Nellis Air Force Base is here. I think that helps. We've got a huge military.
We do have a lot of retired and active duty.
Yeah, I know my dad is one of them. I know that my grandfather was one of them. So did you have a lot of family?
In fact, I was born in Nellis Air Force Base. That's
you were?
Where I was born.
You were born on the base?
I was born on the base, yeah.
I didn't know that.
So yes, I'm my dad's military.
Oh my God, I had no idea. That's
I think that's why I have so much love. Is that's where I was born, is Nellis Air Force Base.
What a freaking cool
Nellis Air Force Base Hospital. I mean, it's not like
Oh my God. Okay, I had no idea. I did not know that about you. I'm learning something new every day. So let's pick up where we left off last week about just how, you know, a lot of people are watching these headlines and they're going, there's going to be a crash. Oh, they said they were going to stop stimulating the economy. You know, all those things that happen. What's happened in the last week as far as rates go and as far as like how the frenzy has
fallen? When the feds spoke, like when we went live last week, it was right as the news was coming in. So when they spoke, everything kind of calmed because that was being anticipated. Like that's what we said. They anticipated for the past month, so everything kind of calmed.
So it wasn't like some big bomb that got dropped on the city.
No, because it was being anticipated. So the rates were moving up throughout the month. And so it just kind of calmed everything down.
Okay.
But then yesterday, the numbers for inflation came out.
Yes.
And the numbers for inflation were, you know, we're all spending a lot more on everything,
yes,
right?
We are.
Inflation is going crazy, and the numbers showed it. So then when inflation goes crazy, usually you have to pull back, and the rates will go up depending on inflation. So we did see some market movement that way with the inflation. So the more we hear about inflation's moving up, that usually affects the interest rates in a negative way.
Right. So and for us, as much as we want everybody to get a 2 nothing, interest rate,
we
that's
want
amazing.
2 nothing
Every day, all day.
Yeah.
It's something to keep in mind because, if the rates go up a little bit, it's definitely, we're feeling it, at least on my side with the real estate side of things. It's slowing down the amount of offers you're competing against.
Yeah.
It's slowing down just a lot of the conversation that's been happening where people are overbidding and things like that. So it's really good thing to kind of keep in mind and understand the ebb and the flow. Just because rates are going up doesn't mean it's time to pull back. It might be time to lean in and just wait.
Well, and honestly, you hear rates are going up, but rates are still in a really good place.
Yeah.
Like really good place. So I think when other people are pulling back, it's time for you to move forward because then you're not having to compete. Would you say the same thing?
100%. So for me, it's like lean in, wait for the right house that you want, start looking, keep focusing.
Yeah.
It is also our slowish. I always say slow because it's never really slow.
It's not that
slowish season in the holidays.
Yeah.
Holidays coming. A lot of people don't want to sell their houses. They're very picky about when you can come in and see it. So that slows things down too. So if you're thinking of buying, again, this is not always a sales pitch, but we want to make sure you know what this all means for you. If you are thinking of buying, whether you already live here, we love you. Whether you're moving here, we love you. Just now might be a great time to start that conversation. So we do have a link in the description below. If you want to get in touch with me or Amber, we can certainly set up some time to chat and ask about your circumstances. And then I did put a link just for those who have just joined in the comments. I think I might be under my personal account under Lacey Cerrone. Join Cerrone Group. In about an hour and a half, they're going to go live in a couple of our new home communities, and they're going to try to walk through some of those models as long as the signal holds up. We'll see how that goes. Good old Las Vegas phone signals. It's really fun.
Some areas of towns are better than others.
Yes. So I'm going to jump into the comments here. I do have a couple questions that were asked of me on Instagram.
Okay.
So I'll bring those up, but then then we can talk. So let's see. We got Jennifer says hello from Hawaii. We've got Greg. Hey, good morning. Okay, good morning, Greg. Eli for Poker says thanks for your advice, ladies. Devin McGowan. Hey, Devin. Hey. Or that might be Stephanie. I'm not sure which one of you, but hi. They're joining. Hello from Seattle, Tacoma. Good morning. Good morning. I'm looking at my VA loan. Daniel Villalobos says he's looking at his VA loan. Historically, what causes inventory to rise? That's Paul Carl Lucas is asking. And historically, what causes inventory to rise? Do you want me to answer that?
You can start first,
okay.
And then I can add to it. Yeah.
So we work with a lot of sellers, and we're constantly trying to time the market correctly. So when we have a slim inventory, in these moments, like coming from right now, how can we see it rise? Is where we see a lot of these homeowners taking note of the fact that they could probably cash in on that equity. The issue, though, is that I don't see it rising pretty quickly anytime soon because of the fact that they don't have anywhere to go mostly, right? So with low inventory, it kind of holds everybody in place because I can't move out if I don't have a house to find unless I'm downsizing or moving and relocating or looking at just getting out of the home ownership game altogether. It's really, really difficult. But typically on our front, it's when equity starts to rise and people start to see their neighbors make a lot of money on their homes, that's when they start to decide to list.
Yeah. The other thing that I've recently been paying attention to is all of the stuff that's in the crates on Long Island.
Oh yeah.
So when we're talking about the things rising, the builders are all being slowed down. Supply
chain.
Yeah, because I have a builder right now that they're waiting for condensers for the AC units and stuff. So
and they cannot let you open a house, especially in Las Vegas.
You can't get a certificate of occupancy. So yesterday I was talking to somebody from that line of work. And she was saying that they're expecting it to be like a year. Yeah. So when we're talking about industry rising, we have to have new construction going at a heavy pace in order for that to happen.
We've been way slowed down.
So we've been slowed down on the new construction just because of some of the things that are
supply chain
sitting in the ocean right now.
Yeah, so I think so that with the clamp of the supply chain would definitely have to release. We definitely would need to still see a bit of a, not frenzy, but a bit of a lower inventory for us to start seeing people get excited about, I can make more money. The outbidding and the bidding wars, that makes a homeowner salivate, someone's going to pay more for my house. The only downside of that is that if they have nowhere to go or they have nowhere to move, then they're stuck. So
yeah, we're kind of in different predicaments right now than we have been before.
It's very strange, actually.
It used to be, like when they started lowering rates, that was to stimulate so that they can cause kind of a frenzy in the housing.
Absolutely.
But raising them a little bit is, you know, it'd have to raise quite a bit for
Yep.
it to actually slow it down.
Absolutely.
I don't know that that's going to happen anytime
Yeah, so
soon.
that's typically what would happen, but unfortunately we don't necessarily see the inventory popping way up anytime soon. We're hopeful though, we're definitely hopeful. So again, if you're joining me just now, drop a comment in the comments box. We're going to answer your questions, and then certainly make sure you tune into the Cerrone Group live in about an hour and a half. They're going to be going live at a new home community down the way, show you some new home models as long as the signal works. That's all I have to say.
And you can't say which models are going to be right?
Nope, can't
It's
say.
a secret?
It's a
Okay.
secret, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I won't
okay.
ask anymore.
Hello,
watch it.
Pollux says hello from Pittsburgh. We're going to see you this weekend, Pollux. He was our winner. He was a big winner of our,
that's
Chiefs
right.
game tickets. We're going to see you this weekend, sir. Very
Congratulations.
excited. Greg says, opinions. Do we have opinions on Zillow picking up their ball and going home?
I haven't looked into that too much. I know you've looked into it a little bit more than I have.
A little bit. Yeah, my opinion is hallelujah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Hallelujah. It's difficult. It's not because we want more sales, although that is definitely a component, but mostly, and for those of you who don't know what's going on, Zillow has basically made the statement that they're no longer in the house buying flipping game. And so what had happened a couple years ago was they decided they were going to come in and do what like an Open Door and some of those other companies
But they just
would do.
barely stepped into it,
Barely
right?
stepped into it, yeah.
Wasn't it after COVID that they stepped into it, or was it before?
It might have been right before. I don't remember the timing. I feel
So
like it was right
gonna say,
before.
it wasn't that long.
Yeah, they were not in
did
that game that long. So they saw other companies making money and saw, okay, well, if they can do it, we should do it. We have the largest, number of eyeballs. So they decided to go in and do what Open Door would do, which was they were heavily targeting a lot of the neighborhoods here in town that had equity built up and saying, no pressure, no stress, no nothing. You don't have to show your house. We'll offer you this right now today. And for people who just didn't want to deal with moving, showing your house sucks. Okay, listing your house sucks. It's a horrible problem.
You gotta keep it clean.
It's wonderful when you
stage
get the money at the end, but it's
Yeah.
not fun. And I always
Yeah.
tell my sellers that I'm like, this is not gonna be fun. I love you, but it's not gonna be fun. So
At
we
least
try
you're
to make.
truthful with
Listen,
them.
we try to make it fun. So with that being said, yeah, Zillow decided. So after getting in and scooping up a bunch of inventory, a bunch of inventory, and then doing a very bare minimum to flip these houses and then put them right back on the market, they just didn't find it to be as smart of a decision. I think they bit off more than they can chew, is my opinion, is what I'd say.
They might have been offering a little too much.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is they see the future, right? So they see what we were just saying. There's not going to be a ton of inventory hitting the market anytime soon. So the margins just shrunk, down to nothing. So before they had a large margin, they could move and flow and go and do their thing. But with everyone competing for every house on the market, they no longer can just slide into first and grab that house for way lower and then flip it, right? The only time that they could be doing that would be like with distressed homes, and even those have equity.
Well, I was gonna say, that's what I was just thinking. If they did the distress, then they'd have to go in and fix them up, and
right, and then that's too much money, right? So the margin just shrunk for them, and it shrunk rapidly thanks to COVID. So and the supply chain demand and just what the market's doing. So my opinion is good. I'm excited, and the main reason I should say I'm excited is because I hate seeing a client or a seller not get the maximum amount of money from their home, and that's what was happening, right? They were settling for less just to get out of it, and I just feel like if they could work with a team like ours who can just say, we're going to handhold you through this. It's not typically fun. We're going to try to make it fun. We'll make it as seamless for you as possible. Then it's
not only that, it takes away
get
from
more money.
It takes away from the competition when people are buying too. So
Yeah.
that's a big firm out
Yeah,
there.
you're right. It takes away the buyer on the other side, one of the buyers on the other side,
Yeah.
and then I didn't even think of that. That's a really good point.
So there's a lot of benefits to that. I think it's an exciting
So
thing.
thank you for asking and for bringing that up. Yeah, so we can certainly talk more about it if you guys want. I can do a whole video about it. I was actually thinking about it just because a lot of people are like, aren't you excited? I'm like, I'm excited. But I want people to realize they were also charging like 15% to sell your house.
Yeah, because
whereas
they give you this price, but then they say, oh, and here's our cost.
Fee. So it just killed me that people were taking less and then being charged more. It just killed me. So grateful for those of you who might be wanting to sell. I'll take this as an opportunity. If you're watching us from anywhere other than Las Vegas and you're thinking about selling your home there before moving here, contact our team first. We have some amazing partners around, realtor partners around the country who we trust, who are used to working with us, who have a very balanced communication and who know how to make things happen seamlessly as well. So we'd love to be able to refer you to one of our partners. I think it would be really exciting for us to be able to help be a part of your journey all the way through till you make it to Vegas. So Little plug there, a little shameless plug.
That
Okay,
was a good plug. I like it.
good plug. Let's go down here. Eli for Poker says, how's Jacob? Jacob's doing great. I saw Jacob 2 days ago. We did some filming, you guys. We got
Jacob
some cool
looks
videos
amazing.
coming out.
Have you seen how much weight he's
so
lost?
tasty. I told him, I go, you look tasty. All these girls online are going to be like trying to, get your digits, I said, you looking fine. Yeah. He's looking great. He's doing, so if you guys don't know, he's just like, I don't know, man, he's just thinned right down. He walks in the room. He's like 6'9". So, that will compared to me. So it definitely, he's a tall, strapping young gentleman. I love him. So we've got some videos coming up, and then I think we're going to go live on Sunday during that Chiefs game, or for a moment at least, as we walk around Raiders Stadium. We do have our winner that we're taking in, and we're so excited. And we were able to slip in one more person, a second place winner, because our first winner is not able to bring someone with. So we had an extra ticket. So 2 people actually got to take part in this.
Oh, look at you
Very
guys.
exciting. Very exciting.
That is exciting.
Join Jacob and I probably on both of our channels. We're going to go live at the Raiders Stadium and walk you guys around a little bit and maybe show you a little bit
And
of the
that's
game.
this Sunday, right?
This Sunday, baby.
Oh.
Hey, Chiefs versus Raiders, 5:15 game. Let's do this. I'm very excited. Yes. So, okay, let's go down the line here. Good morning, ladies. Amber, I'm going to see you in March. Do you by chance know a good CPA? Do you have anybody that you recommend to your clients?
I do have some people that I can recommend you to. I have a hard time recommending just one.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of go over what your needs are, because every CPA kind of specializes in different things.
Yes, I was going to say the same. So if you are looking to join us, there is a link in the description below. If you're looking to come out here and visit, that's awesome. But call us now so we can get you talking to all those CPA options and you can interview people. Yeah. Right? Good idea.
We're
good
excited
option.
to meet you.
All right, let's see. Greg, hit the like button. It's free today. Oh, Greg, thank you. Please hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed already, you need to do it because you're going to miss out.
Oh, we like Greg.
Tyson Page says, wish my move to Vegas would have worked out. Thank you, Amber, again for helping me. That's awesome. Thank you, Tyson, for reaching out. We appreciate it. Hey, and never give up. That your move to Vegas might just have moved later, right? Slim says, any word from the $25,000 grant that Biden has proposed for those who qualify? Have you heard of that?
I haven't heard anything from it yet, but sometimes when we see different grants, they usually happen like towards the beginning of the year. And I don't even know what that one's about. I don't know if they're going to run out of money quickly or how it's going to be distributed throughout the country, where it's going to go. So,
okay, good to
but
know.
As soon as I do know, you guys will be the first
Y'all
to know.
We'll be coming on here live.
We'll be right on that as soon as the information comes out.
That's amazing. So. We do have a lot of free money programs that are still available though here in Nevada. And I actually saw another question that popped up that says, does Clark County offer, from Jennifer, does Clark County offer special home loans for their teachers? And
they do.
They do. Yeah. So in addition to veterans loans, they've got special teachers loans. They got first-time home buyer grant programs, all kinds of really great stuff.
They do have a lot of good programs. The teachers program is an amazing program. They keep extending it every year. Like this last year,
this
people
is the
were starting
last
to get
year.
nervous. It's going away, but they extended it again. But that one's a really, really good program. Good rates, and then a good amount given to you. But they have programs for a lot of things, and some of those programs don't. I've never seen them run. I can't say they don't run out of money, but I haven't seen them run out of money yet on some of those programs. Plus, they have good income limits on some of them too. So a lot of the grant programs have just different regulations on them, different guidelines on them. So it's good so that we can talk and we can figure out which one works for you.
A lot of times too, I think it's important to note, and we've talked about this, a lot of people don't realize you can use a grant program for teachers or for nurses or for whatever it might be, right? Whatever that program is. And sometimes, depending on the rules, you can pair it with another program to get more money. So it just really depends. Or sometimes if you have a loan and you don't have quite enough for that extra money that you need to put above the offer list price, whatever, you can slide a grant in to help you with your closing costs or with your down payment, and then your money gets freed up. So it's a wizardly Waverly Place here. We are wizards of Waverly Place over here. Wizards of Lone Place. Yes. Okay, let's look here. Thank you. That's a great question. Steve says, Southern Highlands, tell me more. Steve, my man. So we are doing a lot of really cool, I guess you'd call them community spotlight videos over at the Cerrone Group channel. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive, we just did one about Southern Highlands, or we have one on there, or if not, it's coming very soon. Southern Highlands is an amazing master plan community.
I love Southern Highlands.
Gorgeous. It's kind of the very last stop before you leave town on I-15 and you're heading towards California. And I love it. There's all price ranges. I think you can get condos in the low 300s, and then you can get multi-million-dollar, beautiful gated custom homes. So really wide range. A lot of gated communities in there as well. Almost every community not almost every, but there's quite a few. I'd say 85% have a little gate. So that's an extra added measure of security. Beautiful parks, beautiful beautiful location, I gotta say, just because you're like right off the freeway, just right down to wherever you need to be, and you're 15-20 minutes from anything, which is kind of cool. So that's amazing. And then I don't know what else. Parks, awesome food. I don't know what else to tell you. It's awesome. That's all.
It's a good side of town.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good side of towns though. People always ask me what's your favorite. I'm like, there's good stuff about everything.
Yeah.
But Southern Highlands is a beautiful area of town.
Yes. All right. So let's go to the next one here. Great questions. Michael says hi. Jackie Lee Scholl says, how's the new construction market in Vegas? I heard crazy stories about a bidding war. Also, what's the timeline of new construction houses and how long does it take to complete? Jackie, great questions. So new home construction right now is feeling that pinch. We were just talking briefly about the fact that they've got a little bit of a supply chain demand issue with whether it's compressors or wood. At one point it was lumber. At one point it was all appliances in general. So that's definitely slowed down. And yes, there are crazy stories about bidding wars and things like that.
Is that as much lately though?
Not as much lately.
Depends on the community, really,
just depends on the community and the price point, and also just really genuinely in the last 2 months we've seen it shift. So I'm not going to say you won't have trouble. There's definitely a pinch when it comes to the new homes community. Good news is our team, we are experts in the new home world. We work with every builder in town. We've got a list every week that comes out that talks to us about how many they have left, what standing inventory they have, just a lot. So if you're going to work with any team when it comes to buying a new construction, do not walk into that place by yourself. Work with the team, come with us on that first visit so we can be there to help you through the entire process. We've also got insight on a lot of stuff before it even hits the market for like contracts that fall out.
Yeah, and I've seen that before. Like some people think, well, I'm going to new construction, so I won't. But you guys are truly the advocate, because you remember everybody that works at the builder works for the builder, so then you guys
need an
are
outside advocate. Yeah, and we're free. We're free service to buyers. There's a one-time flat fee from our broker, not from us, that is for processing documents, a very small fee. So please know that that's a really cool thing. You can have someone there to protect you and walk you through things and get you dialed in. So the timeline for construction, just to finish your question, we're seeing it used to be 4 to 6 months was like flip them and go, 4 to 10 months if it was a little bit more of a luxury builder. We're now seeing 8 to 10 to 12 to 14 months. So it's
seeing them push that more
extended out. And keep in mind when you're buying a new home, another reason why, depending on what your timing looks like, that timeline's great, but you won't be able to lock in your home loan rate until 60 to 90 days in advance of that. Is that usually correct?
Yeah. There are extended rate lock programs, but they're higher.
You pay for them. Yeah.
They're higher and you have to pay for them. So for free locks, then you're 60 to 90
So,
days
you know, if you're thinking about moving quickly and new homes was your dream, we could just look for a home that's only a couple years old and feels new and looks new and smells new, but you can get in now, lock in now. So those are things that we would want to look at with you if you click the link in the description below. So, all right, moving down, we're going to take about 3 or 4 more questions and then we're going to pop off. This was just supposed to be a quick Q&A for our beautiful Veterans Day celebration.
Yes,
let's see here. Does Nevada have programs for families who have children with disabilities? Are you aware of any?
You know what? I was just asked that question.
It's a good question.
And I'm looking into that. I'm honestly looking into that. I haven't heard of anything. I think there's other places that do have that type of program, and I haven't heard of anything yet, but I am checking into it.
Oh, that's a good question. We should look into that.
If we do find something out there, then we'll let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll do a video about it if we do find it. But yeah, I've not heard of any specific programs. We have some amazing organizations, though, that do help families with children with disabilities that are awesome. So definitely look into those. Angie says, hey, ladies, thank you all for doing this for us. I'm planning on my fact-finding trip for a month in the spring and would love to meet each of you mid-April to mid-May. I'm so excited. Angie, we would love to meet you.
We would.
Due to COVID and all kinds of craziness that happened in the last couple of years, we were not able to do as many in-person meetings and tours around the city like we've, I'm known for. I'm known for taking people around the city and showing them the Las Vegas city tour. So we're
fall in love.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. So typically we aren't able to do that, but we are trying to get back into it. So do not hesitate. I would reach out now. Click a link down below and we can set up a meeting with both of us or somebody from the team to show you around the city and help you with that fact-finding process. I'm excited that we're able to offer that again. Ron the Future says, hey, Lacey and Amber. Hey, Ron. He's always super cool. Always checking in with me on my Instagram. What's your experience? Slim says, what's your experience with the home builder Lennar? Are they a good quality builder and do you have good relations with them? Great question. Have you worked with Lennar on the loan side?
I actually did buy a Lennar home a couple years ago.
Oh, cool. So you've been a buyer, and then have you ever been a representative of a client who's purchased? I think you might have done a few of ours.
I mean, I don't know the quality. The house that it's more of an investment property, but it's a good house.
Nice.
And everything comes with it. So I like that, but I don't know the the quality of every house.
Yeah, I like Lennar. Lennar is a great builder. They're one of the largest builders in the country because they have a tendency to buy up all the other smaller builders and put them under their wing. So Lennar's great. We've got a lot of clients who are really happy with their experience. It is what you see is what you get. There's not a ton of customization, so that's something to keep in mind. They'll allow you to pick the color of your cabinets, color of your granite, and I think whether or not you have carpet, you can upgrade to tile or whatever. So, but I like
Their
Lennar.
upgrades are very limited,
Yeah.
which is nice because there's less.
Yeah.
You know, less holdups.
Yeah.
If, you know, especially if you're having a hard time getting things in, you can get things in bulk.
Totally. And I will say this, I like Lennar a lot when it comes to the process that they go through. You know, it's because it's not as many choices, they are able to continue to churn and burn. So they're keeping up with the pace pretty well. We do have really great contacts at Lennar. We have one guy who works with us on the west side of town and a lady who works with us on the east side of town. So really lucky that we have our main contact. So yeah, if you're thinking about Lennar, let us know. Don't go without us though. If you go without us, we can't help you. So
you need your advocate.
Yes, you do. Tyson says, is there down payment assistance programs? Yes.
Yes, there's many.
Yes.
There's many. Well, there's many down payment assistance programs. All of them have different guidelines, different restrictions, or different income limits and stuff like that. So the best thing to do is to see which one works for you.
Yeah. Individually,
to see which one you fit into. So let's talk.
Yeah, Tyson. Lots and lots of grant programs as well as just amazing loans and things like that.
Yeah.
So programming is great. All right. Greg says, Amber, do you specialize? My nose is itching because it's allergies today. Sorry. Do you specialize in asset-only based mortgages or recommend anybody?
No, I've done many asset-based mortgages. So there's different programs. Honestly, like your retirement assets might be considered differently, and assets that you just barely put into your bank account might be considered differently. So let's see what type of assets you have, how long you've had them, and then there's other restrictions and guidelines that we have to go through. So there's about 3 different types of asset-based, and we have to figure out which one you fit into. So there's a lot of different things to look at on that. But great question. I'm glad you know about that. And yes, I've done many asset-based programs.
Love that. So yeah, if you're looking, I mean, really, Amber does pretty much everything. I think there's only been like one time you were like, I don't really do those as much. So, you know, like you send me the other way, but there's only been like one time in like 4 years that you said that.
I'm surprised I have done it one time.
I know. Well, the only time you did it was for someone who wanted to build their own home and they were looking at getting a loan.
Oh, construction
loans. Yeah. So those are a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, those are different ballgames.
Yeah. So, and not as many of them in the city. So, one of the questions that came in from Instagram that I asked them to tune into today was, if they said, if I'm looking to move there and be in my home by next April, when do I start my process? And I thought from a loan perspective, you could answer that, and then I can discuss kind of how it would work for us.
I mean, I always say the sooner the better, because if there's things on the credit that might have popped up, then it gives you time to fix those. If there's things that we need to work out with your debt ratio, like if there's bills that you need to pay off to be able to get to the level of what you're wanting to get the house that you want, then we have time to fix that, or we have time to work on that, or give you a game plan. So it's important to get the game plan going and just make sure everything's in line.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll pull people that have been an 800 FICO score forever, and then something will just pop up on their credit, and then they have to fix that. You know, that they didn't even know about. So that's why I'd say get started earlier, so that we can make sure that you're in a good place.
Yeah, it's never too early to reach out to us. You know, we say this a lot. Our goal is not to sell you houses and sell you loans. Our goal is to make sure that you're ready for when you step into Las Vegas, so that your life, you know, begins the moment you step here. That we don't want any delay. So the sooner we can start talking to you, the sooner we can really get into your pacing and try to understand what you're looking for. So from our perspective, in terms of shopping for a home, that was a really good question, because the market has done so many weird dips.
Oh yeah.
So now that things have slowed a little, and I say a little, I can't tell you everything's going to be amazing and peachy keen and you're going to get great deals on your houses, because I still think everybody's getting a deal, because I know what that prices are going to be like in 10 years. So I'm just like, you're getting a deal, you better buy now.
Your crystal ball has told you that?
My crystal ball has told me what's going to happen. Yeah.
We need to dig into that crystal ball.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when Las Vegas becomes legitimized, I've been planning this since I was 9. But so what I would say is, for us, call us today. I mean, genuinely, click that link in the description. We have a wonderful team set up. They'll reach out, they'll set up a phone call, and just let us know what you're up to, what your plan is. We would say you would probably want to start looking in December or January, but really until you're ready to put an offer on the home and move in within 30 days, we're not going to really be wanting to write offers. So if you're trying to get your feet here, be moved in April, we would say we would start writing offers probably mid-February, to give us maybe a 30 to 45 day window to help you find the house. But if the sooner you can kind of tune into what's on the market, get an understanding of what you're going to get for your money, you know, all of that, the sooner that happens, the better. So game plan and then game plan. Those come together. Really good question.
We love our game plans.
I love it. Let me see if I missed any more questions down here.
Oh, look at all your questions.
I love this. I don't see any more right now, and that's okay. That was the main question I wanted to answer from Instagram. It was, timeline. Just want to reiterate, guys, happy Veterans Day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are any of our servicemen and women who have done, our country the justice of having you serve on our behalf, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just wanted to say thank you to you for being such a good server of the veteran community.
Thank you to you.
You are constantly, and now that I know that you were born on Nellis Air Force Base,
I told you that before.
just like I feel like I need to tip my hat to you or something.
But I didn't do the work there.
I know.
You tip my hat to Dad, right?
Yes.
He was there.
So we want to thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be doing these again. We're trying to do them weekly, so tune in each Wednesday or Thursday, depending. We had to move it today. We had to move it to today from yesterday, but we try to go live on Wednesdays. I did get a request, and I'm going to say this live on the air.
What did we get?
For us to start doing at least once a month our dinners, our live dinners.
So they like that.
They did. I've had 4 people come to me in the last 2 weeks saying,
where do you want to
when
eat
are you
next?
and Amber going to go out and do your live dinners again? So I don't know. How about this? For those of you who watched today, comment below and let us know where should we go live? Where should we do our next live eating experience? We would appreciate it.
Where do you want to see us eat?
And we'll see if we can take that into consideration.
Make it good.
Make it somewhere we can start with dessert.
I had a client today ask me, what are the good Italian restaurants in Vegas that we can go to? So.
Oh, well, good news is we have a video coming out about the Q&A from Instagram, people who told me their favorite Italian restaurants. So maybe we'll have to go check one of those out. Definitely the dinners are going to come back maybe once a month. We got a little burnt on going out once a week for a little while there.
I was starting to gain too much weight.
Yeah, and it's also stupid hot out too. So
it was crazy.
Yeah, so now that it's cooled off, yes, we would love to do that. Maybe we'll do a special holiday one or a birthday dinner for my birthday coming up. So we'll do that. All right. Thank you.
Sagittarius coming up.
A little fire sign. Thank you for joining us as always. And again, do not forget, in the comments below, there's a link to the Cerrone Group's live that's going to be happening about 11:30 this morning, and they're going to take you through some awesome communities in the northwest part of town and show you. I'm getting closer. At some new model homes, so we definitely want to see you there. Do not miss out on that. The team is doing it by themselves for the first time, and I feel like a mommy releasing her children into the wild. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to step up and turn it off.
Bye.
And, we'll see you next time. This is so fun. All right, guys. I don't know how to get this thing to go